Thank you so much. And I love you. And thank you. So I found your message 6 years ago and studied it. And my life has changed beyond my wildest dreams. I have created a multi-million-dollar business. I have 100 employees that I love. And I have a beautiful family, and I'm getting to know what I want in a relationship more and more and more, and I'm really excited for that relationship to come. And so everything is amazing. And then there's this little tiny thought that comes up, and it's like,
yeah, well, let's activate it, especially if it's troubling.
Oh no.
Especially if it's a hindering thought. Let's bring it out into the light, and let's make it bigger.
I know, I feel silly just even bringing it up.
Then why would you? Why would you? If you want something to dissipate, don't talk about it.
Okay.
You want something to dissipate, don't discuss it. Don't bring it up. Don't think about it. Okay. Is this hard? Conceptually, it is so easy. But why is it difficult? Because the thought has momentum, because you keep thinking about it. So, Abraham, the thought has momentum, so I can't stop thinking about it, but I've got to stop thinking about it in order to stop the momentum. Abraham, I can't stop thinking about it because it has momentum, and the reason it has momentum is because I keep thinking about it. Is there a way out of this? And we say, think about other things, or think about that in more general terms. And we would do both. In other words, we'd think about everything else. We'd think about all the things that are going well. We just think about it. If your point of attraction is about what's vibrationally active in you, and you've got 10 subjects that you can think about that all feel good and one that doesn't, isn't it logical that if you just think about the 10 that feel good, that in time the one that doesn't would get crowded out?
That's good.
Just keep making lists of positive aspects. If it has momentum, I can't stop thinking about it because law of attraction keeps delivering thoughts about it to me and evidence of it to me. So how do I soften it? And we say by stepping back into a less wobbly place about it, which means less specific, more general. So tell us the most general version of it that you can, which means the emotional version of it. So in an emotional word or two, tell us about this subject from an emotional version. With emotional.
So sometimes I
Wait, too many words already.
Oh. Okay.
We just want you to break it down into one or maybe two emotional words that tell us about whatever this subject is.
I get scared.
Fear. All right, so that's really good. So fear is the indicator of the vibration that I've got going on. So are you afraid of everything?
No.
Are you afraid of most things?
Some, not most.
Is there very much really to be afraid of?
Not too much.
Do you stand in pretty much a stable place?
Yes.
Do you have any other emotions other than fear?
Yes.
Do you have emotions such as love?
Yes.
Is there anyone that you love?
Yes.
Do you have emotions such as enthusiasm?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were telling us about that earlier. And so you're saying to us that you feel a lot of emotions. Would you say that more of the emotions that you feel good to you?
Yes.
So you have nothing to fear ever. You have nothing to fear ever. If all of that is true, and it is, you've got a good vibrational balance going. We want to say to you that anyone and everyone could be reduced to fear because someone could get you fixated on something and cause you to focus long enough that you would lose your alignment. But it doesn't mean because that's valid. It only means that you have temporarily focused yourself out of alignment with the energy that gives you the other emotions that feel better. Doesn't that make perfect sense to you? Oh, blessed fear. I love this feeling of fear because this feeling in my belly is my indication of whether I'm a master of the energy right now. Often I'm a master of the energy because I feel elation, I feel clarity, I feel vitality, I feel enthusiasm. And sometimes not such a master of the energy like now, but I am often a master of the energy. That's all it is. All that fear is an indication of what you're doing with the energy. It doesn't have any attachment to anything else. You're really going to like this. We've never said it before. It's the most brilliant thing that you've ever heard about this. It's going to bring so many things into clarity for so many of you. So do you get it that in the early stages of something, there is less momentum? And is it logical to you, knowing what you know about law of attraction, that the more momentum there is, then the greater detail and the greater manifestation power? Would you say that the physical flesh, blood, and bone, physical knock-on-wood world that you live in, that it is the detailed, more faster-moving energy that's out here on the leading edge? It's manifested. It's the momentum. Would you say that there's an emotion, and that the emotion is the early stage of the manifestation, and that the more that that emotion exists and the bigger the manifestation gets, that then there's a bigger manifestation that more can see? You following what we're getting at? It took a little while for Esther to spit that out, but you got it, didn't you? In other words, there's more speed and there's more manifestation once something's been going for a while. And the emotion is back here at the basis of it. Let's say that you've got some great big wonderful thing, and back at the beginning of it is an emotion that feels really good. Let's say you've got some great big, not very good feeling thing, and at the very beginning of it is emotion that doesn't feel very good. What we're saying to you is, if you can take that bad feeling emotion back to the basis, which means talk about the emotion, not about the manifestations, not about the details, focus on the emotion, you can shift the emotion from one of fear to one of feeling good really, really easily, and then the manifestations must adjust themselves. And if you don't do that, if you're doing what our friend was doing a little bit earlier, if you're trying to weigh the pros and the cons and you're dancing all around it and you're trying to explain things and you're trying to figure out how you got here and trying to blame others for being here or blame yourself for being here, then you just keep yourself out there where you have no power. You got to get back to that vibrational center. Doesn't that make perfect sense to you? Yes. So rather than trying to solve your fears by taking the manifestation in its fullest blown sense in the way it is appearing in your life experience and sorting it out there in the details, instead, don't give your attention to those details. Give your attention to the way you feel. And then remind yourself that you have control over the way you feel. And watch how every demon, everything that you do not want, must cease to exist in your experience, because you have taken its power away at its root.